Hi, Andrew, what's up? Sure. Sorry about that, guys.
The anthems are done. Here comes the heavy metal. It's time for the Battle of Seattle. USA against Australia is just moments away. What a scene! What an occasion! This is a real privilege to be here, Matt Holland.
It certainly is an incredible atmosphere. The hairs on the back of the neck standing up.
Guys, I'm gonna pause the music due to copyright purposes. So I hope you all are doing good. I hope all is well. I want to thank you guys so far that like of the video, every people like the video so far. Thank you very much from my heart. I want to say a thank you. I want to big up everybody who's in the chat so far. Bigging up, bigging up, bigging up, bigging up. You understand? It's not an easy task, but you know, thank God with all things are possible, great things He has done. I have, let me start. Simple the best, Brazil all the way, Betty. Book says Brazil. Bail Trouble, Link Bailey. Good afternoon, teacher and class. Good afternoon to you too. She said 80, that's very nice. Spain and Brazil from Life Up. Sample Chick said Panama, yeah man. Ali said Spain. She also said Brazil. Also, Mahana said Germany and Belgium, okay. Joko said Japan. Alright. And I have brother Jungo say Cape Verde. And hope you reach far. Okay, and Angie say hi. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Angie Senior TV, please do. Trust me. He's a very good guy. Always be here with me through thick and thin. And thanks everybody last night who took the time out to subscribe to him. Thank you very much from my heart one. Thank you. So guys, I'm waiting until the song finish play to respect YouTube and their policy. They don't want the song to play, so I respect that. Alright, let me go to as soon as you arrive, you're caught up in my loan and tell me you want me. How do you march into my heart? Alright, let me see. Alright, this is it. I know I don't get the knock off the TV song finish play now.
His last 19 international games. Can he keep it going? Mohamed Toure. We're ready to go. Day 9 of the FIFA World Cup 2026. This is match 32 of the tournament. It's the second round of games in Group D. The clock strikes 12. High noon in Seattle, and this is the United States of America against Australia, and you can hardly hear yourself think amid the cacophony of noise.
I also got up in a stadium and felt an atmosphere like this. Some key questions coming into it. Can the USA play at the same intensity that they did against Paraguay? Can Australia withstand the pressure that Turkey put them under in that first game?
Last week's win against Paraguay has lit the fuse for the USA. That 4-1 win has really drummed up the enthusiasm of the co-host nation. And now they've got to defend, and the first save of the afternoon. Matt Freese guarding his front post to deny Toure.
Yeah, no, the mistake. The giveaway. Chris Richards not expecting the pass. Australia tried to take advantage.
Early mistake. Red, white and blue. Winston McKennie, second most capped player of this USA squad. An experience of is so important today.
This is the shape of the build-up. It's a back three of build-up. Anthony Robinson finds on.
Anthony Robinson had covered an enormous amount of ground. He ran the furthest distance on the pitch in US's opening victory against Paraguay. Tyler Adams unable to find a clean pass. We know that the USA will be boisterous. Australia work really hard too.
It's been a frantic start, as you would expect. USA out the block quickly, playing with intensity. Australia dropping into that shape that we saw against Turkey. Back five, midfield four, one up top.
Australia have fielded the youngest starting 11 of any team in the opening round of games. A little bit more experience in the side today, with Matthew Leckie in particular coming in. He today joins Tim Cahill as the only Australian to play in 4 World Cups, and Tony Popovich wanted that extra bit of know-how in the side today. First time these teams have ever met in a FIFA World Cup. Tiburon. Chris Richards. Left back five, the defence for Australia when the US are in possession. Robinson gets what he hoped to be a corner, but it's going to be a goal, Jim.
I just expect to see plenty of this. Anthony Robinson get down that left-hand side. Big blow, losing Christian Pulisic to injury. He's had a calf problem. Doesn't make the starting line-up today. Carlo Pepe coming in his place. And he will narrow off and allow that space for Robinson to knock forward down the left.
Pulisic, who went off at half-time in the opening game against Paraguay. USA were 3 goals to the good, of course, at that stage. Good flip from Balogun. An important push to the ball away by Jordan Boss. Last time these sides met back in October, it was a friendly in name only. A game that became notorious for the physicality of these two. Really went at each other hammer and tongs the last time they met. Alex Freeman, who is the youngest player in this US squad. But he's a talent. MLS Young Player of the Year last year. Robertson seeing plenty possession in the early stages. Alec Tillman back to Richards. Now Serginho Dest. Freeman. Richards, who won European silverware this season with his club Crystal Palace in England. They were Europa Conference League winners last month. Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams has got to be careful today. He's the only player on the pitch who would be due a suspension if he was to pick up a booking here. Kenny, dangerous delivery. Shikati wasn't able to fully clear. And Australia relieved to hear the whistle. It was a pull in the penalty area.
One of the key facets of their performance against Paraguay is the midfield rotations. And McKennie just pops up on the right-hand side, delivers a teasy cross into the box. They fill the box as well, plenty of bodies in the area.
Following Balogun with a firm grip of the opponent's shirt. 2 goals against Paraguay last time out in LA. It was the second time ever that a US player had scored twice in a World Cup game after Bert Patenaude, who also scored against Paraguay, funny enough, but a long, long time ago, almost a century, back in 1930. It's not an easy pass for Richards to receive. Opportunity for Velopile. But Chris Richards shuts it down immediately. Good work from Suter. Toure found himself the meat in the sandwich as Tim Reed clears. He's looked sharp. He's awaiting any little opportunity, Mohamed Toure.
Yeah, well, we've already seen a couple of mistakes at the back from the USA. They're looking to capitalise on that. There's plenty of pace up top for Australia.
No way through for Jordan Boss this time. Suter relieved that he had such a big head start on Pepe. McKennie, accurate. Balogun, less so. No time to take it down in control of the moment. Game that has started 100 miles an hour in Seattle. Crushing challenge, free kick to the USA. Tom Adams crushed into by Matthew Leggett.
He's brilliant with the ball recovery. Quick to react, win the ball back. He does take a kick for his troubles, but he's such an important player at the base of the midfield for the USA. He allows the likes of McKennie and Tillman to get forward.
Tyler Adams, whose club side Bournemouth did very well in the Premier League in England this season. They qualified for Europe. Coach Anthony Eliola did so well. He's been appointed as the new Liverpool manager. Mauricio Pochettino, who won French League titles with Paris Saint-Germain, he came very close to glory with the English team Tottenham. He was Premier League runner-up one season. He was Champions League runner-up as well during his time in North London. Adams to Dest. USA keep the ball moving. McKennie. Adams. Dest.
You could have put this in from there, Marlene.
It's a good surge. Oh, it's in! The USA force an own goal to take the lead. It's USA 1, Australia 0.
What a start from the host nation. They're a team that are built to play on the front foot. They want to attack at pace. They're really fluid with their combinations, but they get runners in behind. Down that channel, it's an excellent run, and it's a really good ball into a dangerous area. Pepe's waiting for it. It doesn't arrive to him. It's Cameron Burgess ahead of him that gets the last touch into the back of his own net. Balogun does all the work, and Burgess is the unlucky defender who kicks it into the back of his own goal.
It's the 7th own goal of this World Cup already. 4 years ago in Qatar, there was only 2 own goals in the entire tournament. But the pressure provided from that surge from Warren Balogun and the Australian defence really under pressure, and poor old Cameron Burgess. How do Australia respond to this? Italiano's done well. Kalupile trying to set it up for Leckie. Matthew Leckie, the joint most international goals of all the players in this Australian squad.
That's a chance. It changes the game plan, doesn't it, that early goal? They have to try and get on the front foot again. Bodies forward. It's always well wide. Just on Cameron Burgess, he actually scored a couple of own goals for Swansea against Ipswich, his former club, this season.
Born in Aberdeen in Scotland, moved to Australia when he was 11. Cameron Burgess pulling into his own net, and the USA in front. When you mentioned the own goals against Ipswich, he's had a bit of a record of them. 4 own goals now for Burgess since November. And here he is awkwardly putting it out for a corner. USA will hope that this is a purple patch for which they can capitalise on.
But it's relentless, the pressure, the intensity. Australia struggling to live with it.
So far in this World Cup, there have been 10 goals scored from corners. The height of Chris Richards, a very obvious target here.
Oh, God. So I don't want any problem, please, and just give myself.
In swinger. Headed up by McKennie! Too many bodies in the way, it's come off an American arm, and that is going to be a free kick to Australia. Almost from Weston McKennie.
Tell you what, this shouldn't happen to this Australian defence. There's plenty of height and physicality amongst that back line, but somehow he gets a free header 6 yards out. Comes back and hits him on the hand, and that's why the free kick was given. But the opportunity arose, and he should have done better. He does arrive well into the box.
Robinson. 1-0 is not enough for the Socceroos. If USA had made it 2 there, the Australians would have been in real big trouble. Dest towards Balogun. They're just careful not to foul. Richards, tough as teak. And there's that physicality again, and once again, Tyler Adams on the receiving end.
Yeah, Chris Richards is looking to get really tight on Mohamed Toure, not allowing that space in behind. It's excellent defending from him.
That happened right in front of the USA head coach, Mauricio Pochettino. Michel Filipino, one of the two Australians brought into the starting 11 today. He has scored on each of his last two international starts. Kalou Pillay. Down goes McKennie, and this time it's going to be a yellow card for Jordan Boss.
I think he's a little unlucky. Sticks his hand up to try to block McKennie off. Does catch him in the face.
Guess what?
Very quick, Jordan
I
Boss.
got some money.
Even with his pace, he found himself under pressure there.
I got some money.
Winston McKennie, actually full of early energy.
I'm just
Dillon, Anthony Robinson, the two standing over this. Still quite the elevation. McKennie tried to make the best of the situation. That's a very difficult technique to try and turn that one in.
You have the GK1
It's been a healthy start for the USA. Watching on Robert F. Kennedy, the US Secretary of Health and Human Services. Playing awareness there, Tillman. Overstruck the delivery of the cross. USA looking so sharp with their interceptions at the moment. Excellent. Pillay. And that consistent pressure from the USA, putting pressure on Paulo Cominsky again, whose dad is the assistant coach, Paulo Com, who was a prominent player in his day, played in Italy with Lazio and Fiorentina, and played in England with Leeds, and he's now assistant to Tony Popovic, and very proud of his son, Paul Oakland-Engster, being in the team today.
They're brilliant with their ball recoveries, the USA. They press immediately, they lose the ball.
Dest under pressure from the speedy Jordan Boss. Robinson. Flick it through for Pepe. Jim Ream, the oldest player to ever represent the USA in a World Cup. McKennie. Alex Freeman. University trying to target down the right wing. Dest pulling a bit too far in front of McKennie. Good persistence though by Sir Junior Dest. Australia had the chance to clear. Burgess. Mohamed back helping out the defence. He's got an off on the ground to try and make up here. Freeze has come way out of his penalty area, and he wasn't going to take any chances there.
Initially he hesitated, he wasn't sure that the ball was going to reach him.
Given away by Anthony Robinson. Jacob Italiano. Robinson wins it back immediately.
Australia are struggling to stay in the game at the moment. Second best by some distance. So positive for USA.
Own goals helping the USA in each of the opening two games. And they've now become the first team ever to benefit from 2 own goals in 2 group stage matches at the same World Cup. That's never happened before. Adams trying to get in around the defenders. Balogun is on his spike here, and he just couldn't drop it. That had danger written all over it. Australia can't get out. McKinney! Balogun! Can Australia relieve some of the pressure? This is Italiano.
Look, I'm the paper plane. You say you want some, you can take some bit.
Aidan O'Neill. Ocon Ixler. Well defended. Jacob Italiano. Plays his club football in Austria. Australia need this, just a little bit of control in the midfield. They've had so little of it in the opening quarter of the match. It's better. Leckie. 3 in the centre team for here. Good delivery from Leckie. And that's the most pressure really the USA have faced. Shuffled away and out for Australia's first corner of the match.
Yeah, first real danger. Firing that Toure effort straight at Matt Freese. It's a dangerous ball across the near post. Terrific defending. This is where Australia could have some joy. Set pieces, the height and physicality, and that back line. And especially that man.
Harry Souttar, the big central defender, has got a fantastic goal-scoring record. Almost 1 in every 3 international games he's played, Harry Souttar has found the net. Usually in positions like this. Souttar cuts. And Leckie happy to leave it out. He believes he's going to get a corner here. The officials agree.
Well, at 6'6", he's going to win most first contacts. It's what you can do on the second. And McKennie does well to nick the ball ahead of Burgess.
And they reckon he's the tallest outfield player to ever play for Australia, Harry Souttar. In a busy game defensively against Turkey last time out. And the referee understood before the ball arrived, Richards was heading away any danger anyway. So we reach the hydration break, and no doubt this was going to be a particularly difficult game for Australia. They're not just taking on 11 opposition players, they're up against the might of an entire host population here, and it is the USA who lead. Cameron Burgess's own goal, the USA 1, Australia 0 for now.
Broadcast of the FIFA World Cup brought to you by Flow.
Alright guys, so we're on hydration break. So, thank you all who is here so far. So when advertisement is through and the game is back, then you will hear the coverage. Thank you.
But there's still a long way to go.
And actually, funnily enough, they scored both of their goals immediately after the hydration break in their first game against Turkey. It gives the coach, the manager, a tactical timeout. They certainly need it right now.
Frantic distribution of information here. Who can make the most of this opportunity to reset? Well, the USA came here with high hopes today, and so far, everything is going to plan. They are used to success around here. This stadium is the home base of this year's Super Bowl winners, the Seattle Seahawks. Soccer fans hoping that that little bit of magic might rub off for the national team today. USA who are out to the blocks, pointed early at kickoff, and they'll hope to resume now in the same vein.
Begin.
And they're from Chikati. Lecky sliding in. Oh, Ricardo Pepe.
I love me some
McKinney.
intensifying game.
Getting on the end of the 1-2 from Tillman. And look at him go. Built up so much speed in the build-up there. Robinson found it difficult to control the weight of the cross.
They're so clever in their movements. Pepe narrows off, allows Robinson that space to get forward, and he loves to do that.
Nobody ever said this was going to be easy for Tony Popovic. It's the first goal that Australia conceded in their last 4 group games in a World Cup.
Albeit warning signs were there, weren't they, in that first match? They did face 30 shots and only had 28% of the ball. I'm not sure you can do that throughout the course of a World Cup.
Australia have had 1 shot on target so far. They came right at the beginning of the game, just 40 seconds in for Mohamed Touré.
It wasn't an easy chance, it was on the angle. It was a pretty comfortable save, wasn't it, for Matt Freese?
Chris Richards. Richards, who's usually so careful with the ball, he minds it. In the opening game against Paraguay, he had a 100% passing record. Jimmy Robinson. Back to Tim Reed.
I really like the way the USA flood the midfield. It leaves space for runners into the wide areas.
Freeman. No high press from Australia right now. They don't want to get sucked in. Reed. Ketty. And Australia making hard work of what should have been a routine clearance there. Chicken Italiano putting it out for another US corner. Opportunity for Malik Dillon to deliver as we reach the half-hour mark now in Seattle. finding it really difficult to clear their lines at the moment. Paul O'Gallagher out-muscled by the young but muscular Alex Freeman. Great. USA want a free kick. Referee reaches for his pocket again. And that's 2 yellow cards for the Australians. Alessandro Giacatti sees yellow.
Well, the USA are too sharp, too good for Australia in these opening stages.
That's 2 defenders booked now for Australia. They're going to have to be very careful now.
But this not fair. The guy roll on the guy's shirt too. This old football thing.
And a slip inside the penalty area was caused by a push, and that's going to be a free kick to Australia. There'll be a foul on Aidan O'Neill. Alex Morgan, legend of the US women's national team, alongside her former coach Casey Keller, goalkeeper in the cap behind as well. Spotting himself on the screen. It's all American smiles in Seattle for now.
Australia just need to stay in the game. They have to believe that they can try and find a way past this USA defence. And it's a defence that actually can be vulnerable. Only 1 clean sheet in their last 15 matches says that they give you a chance.
Burgess. Foss. Sliding in the energetic Weston McKennie again. There is a hunger about the USA at the moment. As they get another free kick. Foul on Dest this time. By Paul O'Gallagher.
Sometimes you can be inhibited with the pressure of being a host nation. It's not been the case with this USA side.
Just over 10 minutes of regulation time ahead of the break in Seattle. USA leading thanks to Cameron Burgess's own goal in the 11th minute. Dest. Full of trickery, the former Barcelona and Ajax man. Richards to Reed. USA look for width. Mulligan. Taking over the usage role really in that wide left position and allowing Ricardo Pepi to play more centrally.
There's just constant rotations. If someone makes a movement, so Pepi comes inside, Bellingham then fills his place out on the left-hand side. It's the same all over the pitch.
Gilman. Mulligan. Difficult one to control, he's done well. Sliding in, Jacob Italiano got there ahead of Robinson.
It's been terrific again, Bellingham.
Will shoot it straight to Anthony Robinson. This is McKennie. Australia very much with their backs to the wall at the moment. Richards. How the USA with 1 second ahead of the break. Down goes Tillman. Cleared by Chikati. Tried to, but it's so difficult for the Americans in this mood.
It's just such a desire to win the ball back. As I said, as soon as they give it away, as soon as they lose possession, they're snapping at your heels.
Neal's clearance goes straight to Adams. Australia badly need an outlet here. A defence that badly needs a breather. O'Conexler. Ken. Pelican. Another good turn. Pepe. Through Pelican. Dest. Suter. Every time the ball enters the Australian penalty area, there's a sharp intake of breath in the crowd. Hacked away by Paul O'Conexler. American fans sensing the second goal could be coming. That's gone back out of play. Freeman unable to keep it on the field. Richards. Heavy clash there. Freeman and Paul O'Conexler, they both had their eye on the ball. But a clash of heads between the pair of them. Two games in, Mauricio Pochettino's team have scored first in both of them. Tony Popovich looking for resilience now from his Australian players. Cameron Burgess' own goal separates the teams.
Yeah, talked about the rotations, and it's Balogun that did all the damage down that left-hand side, running into the channel, putting it into a dangerous area. Burgess couldn't sort his feet out quick enough. And like a defender, just pokes it into the back of his own goal. It's no more than USA deserve. They've been absolutely terrific in this first half.
That is Paolo Banchero, NBA basketball player, the Orlando man, very much enjoying the celebratory scenes in Seattle. You mentioned that Australia scored early after both hydration breaks against Turkey. They've not had a shot since the hydration break here today.
Right. Sometimes you see a change in momentum, don't you, after those hydration breaks. We've not seen it in this game at all. It's been USA in total control. They've been terrific with the ball, been terrific without it as well.
That was Paul Okan watching on, father of Paul O'Conexler, who's a mixed back up these feet, but they're just making sure, as they do with any head injury, that he definitely is okay to continue. All the big stars in the house. Zach LaVine, NBA All-Star, looking on. Looks like both players are going to be okay to continue here. An uncontested drop ball gets us back underway. So just over 4 minutes of regulation time to be added on ahead of the break, but of course there will be stoppages. USA hoping to start their World Cup with back-to-back victories. Pochettino plays ball boy.
He's an elite manager, isn't he? Mauricio Pochettino. And it's taken him a while to find his best team, his best formation. Utilised a lot of personnel and different tactical shifts.
Kelly. Eyes up, scanning the horizon. Coming back as well, Kelly. Adams. Freeman. Tricky Dest. Oh, what a lovely flick that was. And he's in here. Dest! Oh, he did well not to go down. Some would have taken a tumble in the penalty area there. That was electric from Serginho Dest. Okalinks is going to be careful here. It's a real tussle. Free kick to the USA. Look at these twinkle toes from Serginho Dest.
Honestly, what a player. Speedy fullback, full of energy, full of trickery. Jinking his way into the box. How close was Cameron Burgess? He actually got a slight touch on the ball, did he?
Cameron Burgess, who's already scored an own goal, certainly won't want to give away a penalty. Now, rehearsed move. Dest! Might still be! The flag is up. It's not going to count for Alex Freeman. USA fans celebrating, but the flag was raised for offside.
I think it's tight. The flag went up immediately. It's a well-worked free kick to the edge of the box, to the free man, Dest, who has an excellent first touch. Tell you what, it might be okay. It is really tight.
The video assistant is still analysing the replays of this one. Australia are not out of the woods yet. Alex Freeman, 2 international goals in the past. Son of former NFL wide receiver Antonio Freeman, who won the Super Bowl with Green Bay Packers in the late 90s. Has his son, Alex Freeman, put the USA 2-0 up here in Seattle.
So there's the touch. I think he might well be on.
Balogun looks to be clearly offside. He doesn't touch the ball. Might, following Balogun though, be perceived to be in the line of sight. That's why this is taking a little bit longer. Here we go.
After factual review, the goal scorer was not in offside position. Goal is correct.
USA 2, Australia 0. The celebrations may be delayed, but they are delirious. USA all the way.
What a noise! I don't think I've ever been in a football stadium as loud as this. This is how close it was. I said I felt as though he was okay. He reacts so quickly to the ball looping in the air, and he's brave as well to get there ahead of Patrick Beach. His reactions are really good. Bravery to get there ahead of the goalkeeper.
So just to explain it, Freeman is not in an offside position, and although two of his teammates were behind the last defender, because they don't touch the ball, it doesn't affect Freeman. Those players not deemed to be active, and Alex Freeman scored his third international goal. We move into stoppages, 7 minutes to be added on ahead of half-time.
No more than the USA deserve. It's a scoreline now that reflects what we've seen. The USA have been dominant right from the off. They were in Australia's faces. Tony Popovic's side have been struggling to live with it, and they do indeed double that advantage.
USA, who have now become the top first half scorers at this tournament. No other nation has scored more goals in the first half of their games than USA have here at FIFA World Cup 2026. And if the excitement was drummed up after the win against Paraguay, well, it's going to go stratospheric now if it stays like this. It's all USA. Australia haven't had a touch of the ball inside the USA penalty area since the 23rd minute. That's how one-sided it's been. Another in-swinger. Richards trying to get there, but the jostling for position triggered the whistle from the referee.
So here's confirmation of the goal. Saturday automated. Balogun was in an offside position. Freeman wasn't. And therefore the goal stands.
Game and a half into this World Cup. USA have now scored 6 goals over their 2 opening matches. This is just the start to the tournament that Mauricio Pochettino would have been dreaming of. Can be difficult for hosts because you qualify automatically. It's a long time before this tournament in terms of competitive action for the USA. But they have been so sharp in these opening exchanges. There was a handball here. Jordan Boss there. Now that's why the free kick's being given to the USA.
Like seriously, and is that part on the body anyway? Oh boy.
Suddenly the task is doubly difficult for Tony Popovic and Australia.
Well, he feels that he's got to change. He's got to do something. Change the formation, be braver, be more positive, because the way the game's gone, you can only see the USA advantage getting bigger.
Momentum to build on for the USA. Alex Freeman, only the second defender to ever score for the USA in a FIFA World Cup since 1994. John Brooks scored against Ghana in the World Cup in Brazil. Alex Freeman in the right place at the right time and showing the right determination to double USA's lead. Tillman under pressure from Fox. It's really good persistence from the Australian. But he's not going to get the free kick he desires. Goal kick to the USA. Beaten in the air by Chikati. Ricardo Pepi, when the German club Augsburg signed him from Dallas a few years back, it was $20 million. Ricardo Pepi became the most expensive home-produced player in MLS history. Adams. Balogun got in ahead of Suter. Balogun's gone down, but the referee says no foul. He was happy for play to continue, and now that it has gone out for a throw, referee Felix Weir will come across to check the player is okay.
It's a heavy collision, isn't it? Just catches Harry Suter. He's a really complete centre forward. He's got that ability to come and lick play, and then he can go the other way and stretch defences. Tell you what, no Christian Pulisic, no problem for the USA.
It's the ultimate team sport. It's not about the individual. Mauricio Pochettino has been able to harness this squad strength. Freeman, scorer of the US's second goal. Dest, who's had a great first half. Patrick Beach got down to make the save.
He has been electric. He's certainly not putting the reins on him. He's getting forward at every opportunity.
Can Australia get something back ahead of the break? Lecking's pass to Jordan Boss. Just sort of swung in early there. Boss tries to take it beyond Freeman. Strong defending again. Goal kick. So that is half-time. Cameron Burgess own goal set the USA on their way. Alex Freeman was to score the second game of this World Cup that USA lead at half-time. Australia, the team from down under, but it's the USA, the team on top for now. USA 2, Australia 0.
Broadcast of the FIFA World Cup brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe, Coca-Cola, KFC, Suppogen, Sunshine Snacks, and water.
Yeah? Come in. In.
So, but the assistant referee has three things to tell the referee. So if he goes like that, he's suggesting that it's on the far side. If he holds it like that, parallel to the ground, it's in the middle, and if he goes like that, it's in front of him. So they amended it and said you could be in an offside position right in front of the ball, but if you don't touch the ball and engage, then not a problem. So someone said he was in an offside position. Two people were in offside position, but they didn't touch the ball. And the man who scored the goal was not in an offside position. So it can be a little bit confusing because sometimes they said that you might be throwing after the goalkeeper because you're not touching the ball, but you're in a position might throw him out.
Put the ball in the back of the net.
Yep.
Let the referee figure it out.
Decide. Which is why the referee, now here it is, no, look, many people in an offside position right there. That doesn't matter because they're not involved. And the person right beside him, had he scored, it would have been offside.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right behind him.
offside though.
Why?
Because the guy moved towards the ball.
But that's my point. That's what I'm just saying. He touched the ball. If you look now, so
that one is offside.
1, 2, 3 Americans. Well, maybe two, maybe 2.5 type.
You get like one up on the right wing too, you know.
All right, certainly two. Now look who heads the ball. Let's go. Anytime today would be good. Right.
Yeah, no.
All right. You see the second one?
Yep.
Look where he is. He's right beside the goalkeeper. He's beating the goalkeeper.
But here's what I'll say,
You
Chris.
can be argued that
The goalkeeper is moving towards probably getting the ball coming into the box and it comes up across. He's not going to get that second ball right here. See, he's out of the play. The goalkeeper out of the play.
no
Completely.
matter the guy was there
But
beside.
he's not throwing the goalkeeper off him out of the play completely.
I think important is where the ball is.
Where the
Yeah.
ball is, exactly.
The other important thing, because some people say if it comes off a defender, you can't be offside. And that's not really the rule. If you attempt, if the defender attempts to play the ball and it comes off the defender, then you can't be offside. But if you just hit him and he didn't attempt to play the ball, then there's nothing wrong with that. But America, they really look the better team here.
Really looking the better team. Miguel said it earlier, the player rotations, how they're going down that left side. I don't think Australia has an answer for that left side of Robinson, Tillman. We're seeing Balogun go out there. And in the pace of the Americans, they're just able to turn and get in behind. It's going to be a rough night for Australia.
Australian coach, talk to me.
They're pressing you. But you're under 2-0. I need to win. No, you don't need to win. You have a win already. Preserve the number of goals that can score on you and come.
Absolutely.
Yeah? And go for the next game. So, put in a block right now, a double block. Yeah? And counter.
Don't let the score get
Contain them. Don't let them get any more goals on you. That's what I would say. Push up the team a little higher. But at this point, they're in danger of getting a floodgate open. Yeah? And if that happens, go into the next game. If there's a draw, then it's going to go to goal average and you're going to have a
All right, United States leading 2-0 over Australia, 45 minutes and a bit gone. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Miguel will be the United States coach. Super.
Guys, if you see me stopping here, you know, things like noise, because I have to wait until the song finished played due to copyright reasons. Thank you.
With 6 points, even though this is not over yet, it's tough to see Australia. But the ball much quicker than the Australians. Many more passes completed, and they had just one more point. The other thing I noticed, I think so far, I was trying to check it fully before I came back in. I think we've had about 7 own goals thus far. And in Qatar, the last World Cup, we only had 2 in the entire World Cup. We've had 7 so far. That must be the worst feeling in life. I don't know if you remember, back in 1994, Colombia up against the United States, and Jose Escobar scored an own goal from Colombia. Got killed for it when he went back. United States coach, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate them, but don't be settled. I want to let them understand that if any player inside of the room, is okay with 2-0, stay inside. But all the players who are going out on the football field must be going out there to get the third goal as fast as possible. But remain calm and intense, run the channels, continue moving, rotating, so that you can displace the players as much as possible. But definitely go for the third goal.
Yeah, when you're looking at, they give you more stats. They give you the more stats in life in this game. So if you want to know where the ball was most of the time, where the attacks came from, they do stuff like that. Tony, you're leading 2-0, and we had both coaches. They spoke about their teams already. What have you seen from Australia? What have you seen as a United States player that you could exploit because Australia maybe not doing so well or they're not a brilliant one?
I wouldn't say I see anything specific, but I would be telling myself I'm going to do more of the same. So if I'm Tyler Robinson, I'm telling myself I'm exploiting that left wing and I'm taking on that attacker all the time. If I'm Tillman, I'm telling myself I'm looking for those half-space runs. If I'm Bologun, I'm telling myself, hey, continue to find those pockets and see if I can get on the ball.
Yeah. So Craigie said 2-0. Well, it's 2-0 now, so in case of, I know no more goals can go out, I think we can.
3-1.
Tony said 3-1, and you said 2-1. 2-1. Yeah. All right, in our little fun game, I said 3-1. So everybody good still.
So far.
Everybody good still. But 45 minutes ago, anything could happen. We remind you, we come back after the game, and then we'll have the 5 o'clock game, which is, where's my paper? The 5 o'clock game is Scotland up against Morocco. That's live, and Brazil, Haiti at 7:30, Turkey and Paraguay at 10 o'clock. Those games will be delayed. Be ready for us to go back for the start of the second half. United States 2, Australia 0. We'll see you at the end of the game. Please stay with us.
Looks very relaxed.
Dare to Dream, halftime.
Everybody loves through from the rain palm to the moon, and everybody here is watching you. It seems like home, like a dream come true. It's just like a movie. It's just like a song. My God, you amaze me. When we were young, when we floated down here, just love and taste it in the last time. And the thing stop back right now and I'm finishing my song. We will rock you, rock you. And this is a circle of a story. And the future's not so bad. Alright, I guess the
So something had to change for Australia. They have made their 3 alterations. The USA from the restart tried to kick for territory, but the referee is going to make them come and take that goal kick again. So that's the enthusiasm for the USA players jumping the gun. And that kick towards the corner flag went right off the pole. I mean, talk about tight margins. Bless himself moment from Mauricio Pochettino.
I know you're a big rugby fan playing for territory.
Christian Pulisic would have been impressed with that accuracy. He wanted to stick it in the corner, not right in the corner. Interesting that Australia have taken off Mohamed Toure. He was the only player who had a shot on target for the Aussies in the first half. But Ilan Kunda, 20 years of age, will hope to bring a little bit more presence to the Australian attack.
They've got to try and step on at least 10-15 yards. because they've sat in the shape and not really been able to hurt the USA. And the areas where they can hurt them is in behind, especially down against Tim Ream. Terrific footballer, but does lack pace.
Comes Aidan O'Neill against Robinson. Both the people, the decision should go their way, but it's O'Neill who's disappointed. That's a goal kick to the USA. Aaron's one shooter. Well shielded by Conor Metcalf. He's just playing football in Germany. In a difficult season though at St. Valley, they were relegated from the Bundesliga. And the decision goes the USA's way. Throw in for Robinson. Richards.
I don't think it's a surprise that Tony Popovic has made 3 changes at half-time. The surprise is that he's kept the same shape by and large. It's still a back 5. You know, Kunda up top on his own. I just wondered whether he could have brought him on alongside Torre, who I felt a little sorry for. He had no service, did he, in that first half? Had that early opportunity.
Here's Freeman. Richards. Tillman slotting in between the 2 central defenders. It's a balancing act for Tony Popovic. Of course, he wants to chase the game. What he doesn't want is the goal scoring, goal difference column to get further damaged. Australia, whose last group game is against Paraguay, will be in San Francisco. Lose today, Australia can definitely still go through.
The only slight tweak I've seen from Australia was pushing Leckie and Metcalf slightly higher up, but second half continued with USA that little bit sharper than Australia.
Richards. Freeman. Before Dest, covered by Chakati. Australia who battle so hard to win possession, but then find it so difficult to hold on to. Dest. Italiano there. Australia regained possession. Collinsler. Italiano. Australia here would simply infuse the interest of the visiting team. just give USA something to worry about. Now, Balogun can't be offside. He was inside his own half. Following Balogun, and he couldn't get the shot away early enough. What an opportunity for the USA to get their third.
What a recovery from Alessandro Chiacati. So much space for him to run into. How well does the Australian defender do to get back and make the challenge? Just hesitated a fraction too long. Gave Chiacati the chance to get back and make the challenge.
Chiacati born in Italy, moved to Australia as a young child. It felt like Balogun was away there.
For a team that have been so defensive in such a low block, to have that inexcusable from Australia.
Another well-delivered corner. Evan Kunda. Looking for a counter-attack, but unable to find it.
They definitely narrowed off a little more, Australia, to try and combat the area in midfield where the USA have got so many bodies.
Here he is again. Balogun. The USA get a corner again. So, certainly no reaching for the handbrake from USA in the second period. As it was in their opening match against Paraguay. They've got a lead and they want to build on it. Tillman gets another corner kick.
We're in a position in the game where they could control the tempo, can't they? 2 goals ahead, still the dominant force. Put so much into the first game and this one.
Tim Ream, who's only ever scored 1 international goal in his long career. Balogun was closest to that one. And again, there's been a clash of heads, and the referee will immediately hold up play just to make sure everyone's okay here. Chiacati and Balogun. Sierra alongside Trinity Rodman. Sierra, the wife of former Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson, a R&B star in her own right. And Trinity Rodman, who presented the match ball earlier on, player with the US women's team. And there's Marshall Lynch and Cliff Averill. There'll be a big roar in the crowd when they spot these two. Seahawk players, Super Bowl winning team here in Seattle this year. Freeman picks up McKinney. Shielded out by Chiacati. Speaking of Russell Wilson, there he is, the former Seattle Seahawks quarterback. Richardson's just spotted a run here at Dest. It's a difficult pass to pull off. A quarterback pass attempted Seattle, just too far in front of Sergiño Dest. Maybe not the best pass to Robinson, and he was forced to stretch, and he's got Italiano there. Play continues for the moment. Then free kick is awarded. But not for the challenge of Italiano. Yellow card comes out to Robinson. That's good refereeing from Felix Fair. He allowed play to continue, but when the ball went dead for the other foul, he's come back and shown the yellow card to Robinson. So that's why the free kick was given. That was Pepe on Leckie. Earlier, that's the challenge that has earned the booking. for Anthony Robinson.
I think you can argue with that one. Maybe a little unfortunate because he actually won the ball. Free kick given against it. It's been noticeable actually in the last 5 minutes or so. Robinson, instead of making those marauding runs forward, he's just sat in his shape in that back four. Not gone forward as much in the last 5 minutes or so.
Tony Popovic has been trying to change things here. Australia, the first team in this World Cup to bring on as many as 3 substitutes at half-time. The Aussies have still not had a shot since the 12th minute. Adams back to Tim Reid.
Good player for them, Tyler Adams. He's a real heart and soul player. But he's always available as well, just sitting in front of that back four. He always wants the ball.
We'll all start analysing the brackets now and seeing who might get who in the knockout stages. I'll tell you this, no country's going to want to take on the USA in this form. Pepe's done really well to keep it in. Supported by Anthony Robinson. Adams to Richards. Some space available for the USA players when they want it. Now Dest. Tillman. Richard from Virginia all the way to the byline, but last touch came off an American player. That is a goal kick for Australia. Metcalf, Leckie, Blair falling into the opposition penalty area for Australia. Ellen Kunda attacked it, and it's going to be a corner. Just for a moment, some of the Australian fans behind the goal were making noise. I'm not sure if they thought it was a handball or something in there, but the referee has signalled corner.
His arm was up, wasn't it? Temporary. It's much better from Australia at the start of the second half.
The VAR has had a look at that, and this new rule at the World Cup where corners can be overturned if given incorrectly, that's now not going to be a corner kick for Australia.
Ball was actually onto Aaron Kunda a little earlier. Tried to pull onto the shoulder of Tim Reid to spin him behind.
Probably here for Matthew Leckie. 82nd cap for the 35-year-old today. Joins Tim Cahill as the only Australian to play in 4 World Cups. He's now played more games at these tournaments than any other Australian player in the past. It's been an energetic performance from the United States of America so far, which will be good news for the US Secretary of Energy, Chris Wright, joined by his wife here in Seattle today. So it looks like Leckie may not be able to continue. Changes being prepared. Christian Volpato is about to come on for his first appearance at this World Cup. This is a bit of a gamble. Volpato, who was uncapped when the Australian squad was named. Can he provide a little bit of the unknown, because Australia certainly needs something now.
And they've been better without really hurting the USA. There's been a bit more energy about their performance. They've tactically tweaked it with the 2 wider players narrowing off, trying to combat the middle of the pitch where USA are so strong. But somehow they've got to try and get bodies up alongside him and Kunda, or get the ball over the top to him as well, utilise his pace. He's a bag of tricks. He's got real quality, score from anywhere, but they need support to the front man.
Volpato is a good player. He also qualified for Italy. He played underage for the Italians. Promoted to Serie A with Sassuolo last season. He was on the books at Roma in the past. So there's a good pedigree here. Can Christian Volpato just give a little G up to his Australian teammates here. There's still time for Australia. Still over half an hour to go. Australia, who usually do score in World Cup games, their last 13 matches in World Cup finals, Australia only failed to score in 2 of those 13, but here is Balogun. How unlucky is that he couldn't take it with him. Volpato, first touch, releases Iran Kunda. Now, this is a chance he's been waiting for. Who's with him? Volpato! What an introduction that could have been. First time he's been involved in play. That's exactly the sort of thrust that Australia have required.
Yeah, since he's come on the pitch, I said he's really stationed himself up against Tim Ream because he knows he's got the pace on him. He tries to play him offside, but it stays on. It's an excellent run, really intelligent. This is where Australia are at their best, when they try and counter-attack at pace, utilise that quality and that energy in behind. Conor Metcalf goes to ground. I think it's Anthony Robinson, is it, that brings him down, potentially checking a penalty. Either way, Volpato should have done a little better when the ball came back to him.
On a day of few chances, Tony Popovich wished that one had been taken. Video assistant referee did look at all the little challenges inside the penalty area there, and they determined it was accidental, the one they were looking at, so no further action required there.
This is where Australia can have joy. They aren't a dangerous counter-attacking team. They can be electric in transition, and with Iran Kunda up top, he's a real threat.
Before that attempt, the previous 8 shots in a row in this match had all been from the USA. Can Australia turn the tide? Tillman thinking quickly, spotting the one from Balogun. Chikiti's the defender. Australian sighs of relief as they get that one away. Nice turn by O'Neill. Metcalf. Box, in fact. Pato, certainly showing an eagerness to get involved since his introduction. Guerrier. Italiano. Metcalf. The idea was right. The execution weak.
Absolutely. You don't even need to look. When the ball comes to you, you know that that ball can be off.
USA delighted to beat Paraguay in their first game. They were disappointed to concede in that match, though. They've not had a clean sheet in any of their last 9 games, USA. Iran Kunda. Metcalf! Just couldn't get the power. But there's no doubt about it, Australia are beginning to find something in attack that wasn't there earlier.
Well, those substitutions, Conor Metcalf, Iran Kunda, the 2 goal scorers from the first game on the pitch, they look a far bigger threat now.
Momentum can be a fickle thing in football. USA, who've had this all to themselves, however, they've just got to be careful now. Richards against Iran Kunda. The on-field decision is to wave away the protests. Freeman's clearance. Kept in by Balogun. Stopped by Italiano. Chris Richards found discomfort here on the edge of his penalty area.
Things across him. Don't think there's too much in it. I do think that Tony Popovich will be regretting his decision to leave Metcalf and Irakunda out though from the start. They made a big difference off the bench.
Here's Metcalf. Atta tries to take the ball on. Referee says it's a fair challenge.
Oh boy.
Almost midway through the second half in Seattle. Dest. Adams. Already in this second half, Australia have had as many shots as they did in the entirety of the first half. But is it going to be enough? Adams. Dest. This is Freeman. This is clever from Pochettino's team. Just a spell of possession to try and take some of the fizz out of the bottle that have been shaken by the Australians.
The bench as well. It might not be long before Mauricio Pochettino. It's a couple of substitutions just to freshen it up.
Hydration break imminent. You're not allowed to make substitutions during the hydration break, but USA might be plotting changes immediately afterwards. So time to take a drink. The scoreline as it was at half-time. USA leading Australia 2-0, but there have been green shoots of encouragement. Can Australia build on this? Quarter of the match to go. 2-0 to USA.
Broadcast of the FIFA World Cup brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe.
Alright guys. Wait, so the advertisement through, then when the hydration break is finished with, then you see the match. It was the match, here the match. Yeah, I can't really show the match. And sometimes you're caught up in my love. You tell me you love me. How did you march into my heart? How will you? Tell me I'm beautiful. I wasn't looking for love, no. I'm not getting myself cautious. I try to hide it, 'cause I'm in my heart. Open the phone. I promise I'll never let you hurt me anymore. I tell them my love, reaching for love. Oh baby, I'm yours. Oh baby, I'm yours. Oh. Don't be mad. Alright, I guess it's back.
Keep trying to get the ball to Irakunda up top. He's been a real live wire since coming off the bench.
The USA in the first half of this game had 9 attempts at goal. in the second period, there's just been one. That is indicative of a little swing. Free kick for Australia. Foul on Christian Volpato. Just going to be uncertain there. So trying to get it into Irangunda. Here is Pepe. Freeman. So composed for one so young. He's only 21 years of age. Alex Freeman, he plays like a veteran. Bit of activity down in the technical area. Sebastian Berhalter is about to come on. The Vancouver Whitecaps player. Came on at half-time against Paraguay last time out.
Yeah, maybe when Christian Pulisic was deemed unfit, he might have thought he'd have got the nod from the start.
They haven't made a good run there, but Ocalense didn't spot it. Yeah, there. Suter. Italiano taking on Tillman. Better endeavour from the Australians at the moment, but Dest makes an important interception. Adams under pressure here. Metcalf charging in. Referee says play on. Tackles flying in all over the place, and it's Anthony Robinson who wrestles back possession for his team. Oh, the American crowd love that. Barged into by Irangunda, and that one is a foul.
Tackles flying all over the place. Tyler Adams tigerish in the challenge. Irangunda perhaps a bit frustrated up top. Disappointed that the ball didn't come to him moments earlier. He made a good run over the top.
USA going to make their change. It's going to be a 15th cap for Sebastian Berhalter, son of former USA head coach Greg Berhalter. Greg is currently head coach at Chicago Fire these days. And Berhalter comes on in place of Pepe. Popular change. Then the USA fans just realising their team has needed a little injection of fresh blood at this stage of the game.
Yeah, didn't make the change at the hydration break. Decided to do it a fraction after that, just to disrupt the momentum.
Good composure under pressure from Robinson. Balogun and Geria clashing actors.
Just getting a bit fractious, isn't it? These two played each other last year. And it got a bit fractious in that one. Spilling over a little bit today now as well.
Mauricio Pochettino's team enjoyed such free-flowing possession in the first half. Australia here are trying to turn this into more of an arm wrestle, which might suit them. And they hope destabilise the US players.
Yeah, agreed. They were far too passive in that first half.
Here's Tillman, masculine strength. Balls off the field. Tyler Adams. Berhalter has just come on, gives it away. Getting up to speed with the game. This is Jordan Boss. O'Neill. Metcalf. Italiano. These are the patterns that Australia have struggled to put together in the early stages of the game, but it's coming more naturally for them now. Pato. Just playing with that freedom of a new recruit into the team. Balogun, stop. Bulgaria looking for Eran Kunda. Now it's USA's turn to struggle to hold on to possession when they try to clear.
Well, it's very unusual to dominate for 90 minutes. You're going to go through periods where you have to absorb some pressure. And that's one of those moments.
Crowd realising that the USA need a 12th man here, and there's been a little increase in volume. Volpato. If Australia could get one back here, there'd be a lot of American fingernails munched. That's a good shot turn. Volpato. Chris Richards with an important header. And then McKenny completes the clearance.
It's taken a while, but Australia.
Now the VAR has just asked for the restart to be delayed here. What part of the body does that hit there? Berhalter, does it come off his arm?
Well, I think it does hit an arm. The referee's got the perfect view.
Check complete from the VAR. No penalty. Don't think that was ever going to be given as handball. Australia enthused by what they've seen from their earlier substitutions. Make one more. Jackson Irvine, the joint most international goals in this Australian squad, along with Matthew Leckie. Some clash with Christian Volpato down.
It's Anthony Robson. He's already been booked as well, hasn't he?
Yes, Anthony Robson already in the referee's notebook, and he's pleading his innocence here. The referee is waving away the protest. He's happy that if there was contact, it was not worthy of any further action. He's reaching out with his arm rather than swinging it, I think.
Yeah, not enough. This is perhaps the better view.
Australian fans behind the goal hoping that they might get a close-up view of a big moment here. Can Australia get themselves on the score sheet? The USA waiting to make a double substitution here, but they won't make it while they're defending a set piece like this. Can Chirkati sling it in? USA step out. Chirkati blocked on the hard-working Balogun. Pochettino waits to make the changes. You don't want to unsettle the shape of the team while defending a corner. Here it comes. Sutra dropped a leap. And there's Freeman who jumped with him. It's going to be a free kick to the USA. Moss following up.
Suter it was. Committed the foul. Getting there first. This is the referee's view. Sees it clearly. Just a fraction late, wasn't it, Suter?
So Joe Scally, who plays in Germany with Borussia Mönchengladbach, is going to come on. He's replacing Serginho Dest. Scally, who's a more defensively minded wide player, and it looks like they're going to push Freeman. Now this is interesting. USA had 10 seconds for the players to leave the field there. They're saying that Robinson didn't depart quickly enough, and these are the new rules, so they've got to wait. Hang on, is Trusty behind? Australia complaining here. Trusty has come onto the field, and a little bit of uncertainty. Scally there. Trusty on. Alex Freeman and Anthony Robinson off. Suter. Ali's clearance. USA just trying to step down on the gas again. Just trying to quell this attempted revival from Australia. Jackson Irvine gives it to Jacob Italiano. Chakati. Bit of mopping up on the edge of the penalty area. And Halter. Just want to clean up that situation with the substitution. The referee was thinking that they had taken too long for the player to leave the pitch, but the reason for the confusion was that correctly the player had left the field on the other side. So two players had left the field, and that was then made aware to the referee. So correct decision in the end that they would not have to suffer with just 10 as a punishment. Metcalf's delivery had danger there, but it just spun away from Jordan Boss.
Dangerous ball, a really good ball from Conor Metcalf. Starting to get bodies forward. Iran Kunda got blocked off by Chris Richards, who's been absolutely terrific at the heart of defence for the USA. He's getting a bit frustrated, Iran Kunda, that the service isn't coming quick enough to him. He's making some runs and the ball hasn't come his way. He wants the ball earlier.
Time running out for Australia now. 7.5 minutes of normal time to play. Can Tim Ream and his USA teammates keep a clean sheet here in the Seattle sunshine? Pato, Metcalf, little nutmeg there, Italiano's cross. Chakiti couldn't get control of it, down goes Iran Kunda, big appeal inside the penalty area. Australia won a spot kick. Video assistant referee will be looking at that in the background. Italiano's cross. It was Chris Richards at the heart of that again. Check is already complete, however, no penalty. Jackson Irvine. And Richards puts it out for the corner. Let's have a look at Chris Richards here.
Yeah, huge shout, wasn't that? Blue comes towards Iran Kunda. Does go through the back of him, but I think the striker is looking for it. Goes to ground pretty easily. He's been a handful since coming off the bench.
No time to waste for Australia. They've swung in the corner. Italiano. Took a little dink on the way through there, but still alive. Missed by Suter. Geria can't get a clean shot either. Oh, what an opportunity for Australia. The referee's whistle is blown. It's going to be a free kick to the USA. But Jason Geria, he tried to put the laces through it there, looking for his first ever international goal.
Well, this was the third or fourth chance because there was a few before him. It's a real period of Australia domination. USA having to withstand. Suter misses the initial effort.
Credit to Tyler Adams for making the block there to deny Jason Geria. Geria, who must have thought this kind of opportunity had passed him by. He made his international debut all the way back in 2016. He then had to wait 8 years to be selected by the national team again. But here he is at the World Cup, and he's had one of his side's best chances. Geria, Ream, Suter, Balogun claiming he was fouled. Decision's gone the other way. Free kick to Australia.
Yeah, another opportunity for Australia to put the ball into the USA box. Suter making his way forward. Goal now. All of a sudden, get a little nervous in the Seattle Stadium.
4 minutes of normal time to play. If Australia have got something up their sleeve, they need to produce it now. Suter, cleared away by Richards. Hato, back to Geria. Jackson Irvin. Tracking there by Trusty. Richards, good lead. And Shitati unable to keep it down.
In a magnet, Chris Richards. Everything that's coming to the box, he seems to have been on the end of.
Now looking on in the stands, George Weah, Ballon d'Or winner in the 90s, former president of Liberia. And of course, most importantly today, father of Timothy Weah, who is on the bench for the USA. Tolan. Suter and Balogun get to the tangle. And teammates are quick to come in and settle that down. It's been a right old tussle between the two of them today. Now there's been another little altercation off the ball here. Jacob Italiano and Aaron Trusty. Just while the referee was distracted trying to settle out what happened between Suter and Balogun, and Italiano and Trusty were going head to head. If you're a referee these days, you really do need eyes on the back of your head. Yellow cards are plenty. Suter's been booked. Balogun's been booked.
Theirs was the initial collision. Balogun not looking at the ball, just jumping into Suter. And Suter reacting badly to that challenge. It's been a scrappy period.
Jacob Italiano was the other player shown the yellow card there, so Suter and Italiano for Australia and Balogun for USA. Yellow cards which could prove costly if they're accumulated, but there are two stages of this tournament that yellow cards get wiped. Scally is down. Gunter felt that he challenged fairly for that. He was hard, but he was fair, but the referee did give the free kick to the USA. About to come to the end of the regulation 90 minutes. Stoppage time to come. USA are almost there. Six minutes to be added on for stoppage time in Seattle. Tillman tried to shield it in by the corner flag. O'Neill charged down by Berhalter. Pato, he's been good since coming on. Look at this. Trusty comes back. Italiano. did so well to get into that position. He'll be so disappointed, Jacob Italiano, with the cross. Just earlier on, when we had that flurry of 3 yellow cards back-to-back, this was the situation with Jacob Italiano. Both players running for the ball, little push by Italiano, and he received the yellow card for that. Are Australia out of time? These USA supporters believe so.
Australia will have plenty of regrets about this performance. First half too passive. Tony Popovich will think that maybe Connor Metcalf and Aaron Kudler should have started the game. They've been better in the second period without really hurting the USA. We've left it far too late to show any ambition to try and get themselves back into the game.
Scenes like this, if Turkey had failed to beat Paraguay later on in San Francisco, USA will be through. Tillman looking to make it even better. Unable to pick out Balogun, not directly anyway. Balogun keeps it alive. Touch was too delicate from Balogun there. Metcalf made hard work of the clearance. Card is out again. Chris Richards picks up yellow for that fellow, Aaron Kudler.
Sort of become a bit scrappy. He knew exactly what he was doing there, Chris Richards. The ball may have gone past him, but Aaron Kudler wasn't.
He's put in a fantastic performance today, Chris Richards. And the problem for Felix Zouer here, just feeling the strain of a warm afternoon, pounding up and down the turf in Seattle.
Well,
That's not something you see every day. Bit of crap for the referee.
Yeah, he had a little stumble actually when he went to sort of make that decision and give Chris Richards the yellow card. He had a little stumble, and whether it's cramp or whether he's actually pulled something.
Deep in stoppage time. Felix Zouer feeling the strain, keeping up with this game that's been played at such a high tempo throughout. Katia Garcia from Mexico is the fourth official. She's come across just to try and aid her colleague Felix Zouer here. We've already had a situation this World Cup where referee Michael Oliver had to miss a game because of India through to the end here. Only once have the USA ever won back-to-back games at the start of a World Cup, and that was all the way back in the inaugural tournament almost a century ago. Felix Zouer is okay to continue. USA fans are ready to celebrate. Australia battling on, but even if they were to get one, surely there isn't enough time for two. Olpato
Took that throw very early. Meant that the USA couldn't make their substitutions, and Maurizio Pochettino's not happy at that. I think they eventually will be coming on now.
So a late one out for Giovanni Reina, who scored late against Paraguay last time out. Haji Wright will come on to. There will be a standing ovation for Folarin Balogun. What an impact he's making at this World Cup. What a hero he's becoming for the USA fans. Haji Wright, it's his first appearance in the tournament. McKennie departs. 40th cap to Giovanni Reina. Reed. Kept in by Jackson Irvine. Eric Kunda trying to get the better of Aaron Trusty. This is Tyler Adams. Daria. Tillman. Hadji Wright, is he onside? Hadji Wright against Geria. Looking for the angle. Flag belatedly rises, and Hadji Wright had been in an offside position as the pass was played. USA so close to back-to-back opening wins they can almost touch it now.
The icing on the cake will be the clean sheet. Something that's been a rare commodity under Mauricio Pochettino. Just one clean sheet in their last 15 matches.
This city which loves this sport, there is going to be a big party in Seattle tonight. It's not just the USA, of course, Mexico, Canada, all of them with the unbeaten start, all making a statement in this tournament. Tillman with late energy. Chikati just ahead of Wright. As the referee blows the final whistle, and the USA have done it. 2 wins out of 2. After beating Paraguay 4-1, Pochettino's team have now beaten Australia by 2 goals to 0. The Stars and the Stripes are living up to the hype. USA 2, Australia 0. An own goal.
Broadcast of the FIFA World Cup brought to you by Flow, Red Stripe, Coca-Cola, KFC, Sapugen, Sunshine Snacks, and
Bless you. Sure, go put that one top. That's for your cup, baby. You're supposed to make that knife every time? You're not supposed to make knife. Right?
Second.
Come on, Northeast.
Well, I know it's not something to do with your mother. Because she is not a mother.
Yeah, and the USA. You kind of have a rule there now. So if 3 out of the 4 will go through, who won't? Paraguay? USA gone through. USA gone through.
Paraguay.
Australia with a point.
Paraguay.
Paraguay. Over Turkey.
They're not going to. Paraguay. Turkey will go through.
So you say if 3, because they don't mean 3 going to go through, you know, because there are 12 groups and 8 third place teams, so 4 third place teams will not go through. So not every third place team will go through.
Well, I think that with Paraguay, it's going to be a high scoring game for
Australia.
Australia. And if that happens, Paraguay is in big trouble. Because they would have gotten 4 in, you know, another 3 or 4, they would never have.
All right, remember we're going to go up until about 4:25. I will change. A couple of these folks will still be here because we're going to prepare ourselves for the second game of the day, which is Scotland, Morocco, which starts at 5 o'clock. So we're going to go for a break and come back. We have a little bit more to discuss before we leave here. So come.
Everything on the outer is come back on. Guys, I'm gonna close up so I can start the next match, okay? Thank you all who've been here. Love you all. Mwah.